In today's Social Security updates, I'm going to focus on help for seniors. Here's the fact: seniors are struggling. 60% of seniors can barely make it between Social Security check to Social Security check. And since 2010, seniors have lost 20% of their Social Security purchasing power. The average senior without a mortgage needs $2,900 a month to just make it, yet the average Social Security check is $1,905. That is $1,000 gap right there. Social Security cost of living adjustment this year was 2.5%. Why is that important? Well, Medicare premiums alone went up by 6.6%. So seniors are not even getting enough Social Security increase to barely make it on a monthly basis. 14.6% of seniors now live in poverty, and another 20% are barely above that. So there is the big, beautiful bill that is going before Congress right now. A lot has been promised in there, but there is not much for seniors. But here's the good news: some ideas have made it to the Senate. 7 ideas have made it to the Senate that should be included in the big, beautiful bill that will change the life of seniors today. So I'm going to review those 7 proposals so that you can make a decision for yourself. What do you think the president and Congress should get behind in helping seniors today? Some of those ideas are going to increase Social Security benefits on a monthly basis. Some of them are going to help you with cost of living adjustment. And included in that is proposals to raise your Social Security check in the future. So my name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefit expert. For the past 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and anything that would affect the personal finances of seniors. If you are new here, welcome. Do me a favor, go into the comment section, let me know your city and your state. So let's dive in, but I want to share some data points with you that highlights the problems that seniors are facing and why Congress should not focus on gimmicks, but should focus on real proposals that are in front of them right now that they can get behind that can improve the lives of seniors dramatically. So let me share some data with you. The first place that seniors are struggling, which I think should be the focus of what they are doing in Congress, is that seniors are simply not making enough with Social Security. The average Social Security, as I said, is $1,905. 40% of seniors depend on Social Security as their only source of income. So if a senior needs $2,900 without a mortgage in order to live, and they're only getting $1,900 in Social Security benefits, you can see why a lot of seniors can barely make it between Social Security checks and are struggling. And here's the thing: when you talk about Medicare, not only are seniors paying about $185 a month on Medicare premiums, but the average senior is also coming out of pocket $6,663 on average every year out of pocket to just cover Medicare costs, deductibles, co-pays, etc. So if the average senior is getting about, $18,000 in Social Security benefit, and you're spending $6,000 alone to just survive on Medicare, to cover Medicare costs that they have to pay in order to get the health care that they need, that is about a third of their Social Security check. So if 40% of seniors only depend on Social Security for their income, and they're spending a third of it on medication and Medicare premiums and co-pays, etc., then you can understand why a lot of seniors need help right now, and that Congress can stop all the gimmicks and really focus on real help that seniors need and provide relief in areas that they need it the most. The second is inflation, which has been problematic since 2010. Seniors have lost a lot of money because inflation has run rampant, but Social Security adjustment has not caught up. Part of it is how Social Security is calculated. The cost of living adjustment is calculated based on the consumer price index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. That is the inflation index that is used to calculate Social Security cost of living. But here's the problem: urban wage earners and clerical workers are not the ones that are on Social Security. And so they are looking at cost of living increases for urban wage earners, people who are not affected by the costs that affect seniors on a daily basis, prescription drugs, medical treatments, etc., etc. And so by just the way COLA is calculated, they are missing the boat. And that's why there's recommendation to fix that. The next thing seniors are struggling is debt. If seniors have $1,000 gap between what they need to survive without a mortgage and what they're actually receiving on average on Social Security, well, where are they making up the difference? A lot of seniors are going into more debt. The average senior household, the median debt is $34,000, and 62% of senior households right now are in debt, and the median debt is about $34,000. So that adds into the extra pressure that seniors are facing. Now, if I'm saying something that resonates with you, if you can relate to anything I'm talking about right now, go into the comments section and share your own story about any of these things that I've talked about how seniors are struggling to make ends meet. Now, let's talk about concerns about all of the things that are happening. You layer that on top of the fact that Social Security Trust Fund is in trouble. And if Congress does not do anything by 2033, the trust fund is going to run out of money, and seniors are going to face up to a 25% cut in their Social Security check because not enough money is coming to the Social Security system to support the amount of people that are claiming benefits. And so already seniors are underwater. A lot of seniors are underwater with their Social Security check because they don't make enough to cover their expenses. Now they're staring at a Social Security cut because Congress did not do their job to fix Social Security for the future. And so all of a sudden, we're in a situation where seniors are facing extra stress, worrying about Social Security being there for them in the future and facing this cliff in 2033 where benefits are supposed to be cut. So when you look at all of this, this is why seniors are struggling. And so now let's talk about relief. What are the 7 proposals that have made it to the Senate floor? These are proposals that have already been out there that should make into the big, beautiful bill if Congress is serious about securing the future of seniors. And if the president, who has promised a lot to seniors but has not delivered yet, remember, the president said he was going to do the no taxes on Social Security thing. Now that is gone. They're not going to do it. And they've proposed this $4,000 tax deduction for seniors that has been included in the House version of the big, beautiful bill. But here's the thing. If you don't file taxes, which 40% of seniors don't make enough Social Security income to file taxes, that $4,000 credit does not apply to you. So that puts you back to square one. So they're about to spend trillions of dollars giving tax breaks to the wealthy and leaving seniors once again to fend for themselves. So here are the 7 ideas that should make it into the big, beautiful bill. The first one is the $2,400 increase in Social Security benefits that has been on the table for about 3 years now. It's called the Social Security Expansion Act, and it was supposed to give seniors a $200 Social Security increase. That was 3 years ago, so they might as well increase it to 250 because inflation has probably eaten up that a chunk of that already. But it's a $200 increase across the board for Social Security, disability, spousal benefits, survivor benefits. Anybody on Social Security and disability benefits was supposed to get $200 increase. That idea has been bounced from Congress to Congress to Congress. It is time for them to include that in the big, beautiful bill because what can that do? It will immediately improve the lives of seniors because that $200 increase, because Social Security cost of living was about $50 increase this year. This $200 just makes up for the last couple of years of purchasing power that seniors have lost because of inflation. So I think that's the first thing they should do. The second proposal that has made it to Congress is to increase the minimum Social Security benefits. Now, as I said, the average Social Security benefit is $1,905, but there are seniors that are receiving way less, and the minimum benefit is about $1,000, which translates to $12,000 a year. There are seniors that have to live off $12,000 a year in Social Security, and that is a problem. That is really a problem because who can live off that? If Medicare out of pocket costs is taking $6,000 on average from seniors, then that is already half the 12,000. And so this proposal will put the minimum Social Security benefit at $1,650. And that will be 125% of the federal poverty level. Why is that important? Well, the government each year releases data on what they consider as poverty. And that number is how a lot of the federal benefits in terms of help to seniors, help to people on low income are determined. They use the federal poverty level. Well, the data that the government has is telling them that a lot of seniors are living below poverty based on the amount of Social Security income they are receiving. And so the idea behind raising the Social Security minimum is to put it at 125% of the federal poverty level, ensuring that no senior citizen that has paid into Social Security, that is receiving Social Security, lives below poverty. So that is proposal number 2. Those two alone would dramatically improve the lives of seniors right now. Proposal number 3 is what I've talked about with cost of living adjustment. Currently, the formula that is used is not helpful to seniors. It is a formula that does not reflect the true cost that seniors are facing when it comes to Social Security and cost of living. Seniors face Medicare premium increases, prescription drug cost increases, everything that has to do with healthcare, rent, food, transportation. And if you live in rural areas, there are additional things that you face that urban wage and clerical workers are not facing. And so using that as a proxy to calculate senior increases is not right. And so the idea is to change the formula to a consumer price index for the elderly, CPIE, the E standing for elderly, that will track the cost of living changes that focuses on seniors, expenses that the average senior has to live with, and then base the Social Security annual increase off of that. So that's the third proposal that has made it into Congress. I'm not talking about ideas that are pie in the sky. These are things that congressmen, senators are aware of. This has been brought before them. The president has been presented these ideas. And for some reason, these things have not made it into the big, beautiful bill. I think these are the ideas they should be focusing on versus the gimmicks that they are making and putting these shiny objects about $4,000 deduction for seniors when they know very well that 40% of seniors are not going to be able to benefit because they don't file taxes. Another proposal is Social Security clawbacks. You may have heard in the news that the Social Security Administration announced that if you owe Social Security money through overpayment, they were going to take 100% of your Social Security check and use it to cover the overpayment. Well, a lot of seniors made noise because we reported that here on this channel. A lot of other creators also did that. And together, you guys made a lot of noise and they backed off. This was just a month ago. They backed off and they're now going to take 50% of your check. But here again, 50% is a lot of money. It used to be just 10%. So if Congress really wants to bring relief to seniors, they need to include in the big, beautiful bill that if a senior citizen gets into an overpayment situation with the Social Security Administration where they owe money, that only 10% of their Social Security check will be taken for overpayment, and that no more than 10% will be taken from their Social Security benefit. That will be a big help to a lot of seniors who are finding themselves losing 50% of their Social Security check. And that is not a one-time thing. They're going to take 50% until the overpayment is paid off. And sometimes overpayment happens over multiple years before Social Security finds out that something is wrong. And sometimes it's their fault. The Social Security Administration messes up. And then you, the senior citizen that are impacted, are still expected to pay that money that they made a mistake and now affects you. The next idea is means testing. What does that mean? It means that in order to balance things out and extend the lifespan of Social Security, people who are in the high income category will get a reduced Social Security benefit, and people who are in the low income category will get a boost in their Social Security benefit. So rather than giving Social Security based on what you contributed in the system, there are people in the low income category that just did not work in high wage jobs and now are finding themselves receiving Social Security benefits that are putting them in poverty. So means testing will base Social Security benefits off, your need versus how much you contributed. That is a controversial idea, but it's one way to even things out so that people who are already in the high income category and have paid into the system get a slightly lower benefit so that people who are in the low income category get a slightly higher benefit. Another idea is to expand SSI, supplemental security income benefits. You may not know this, but 30% of Social Security beneficiaries are also on SSI. And what does that mean? It means that SSI helps them pay for Medicare premiums and other things that are related to Medicare. Expanding SSI benefits to seniors and making it easy for them to get SSI benefits will bring them additional income that will support their Social Security checks. So these are the ideas that are in front of Congress that will make a huge difference in the lives of seniors right now. And I think that they should focus on giving seniors the $200 increase. They should focus on increasing the minimum Social Security benefit. They should focus on expanding and recreating the cost of living adjustment calculation so that it will reflect the true cost that seniors face. If they only did those three things, that will put seniors on the path to financial security better than they are right now versus all the shiny objects that they're trying to throw in front of you. So, finally, let's talk about Medicare. You may see the number on your screen, free help for Medicare. And I want to talk to you about Chapter, our Medicare partner. Now, I've been doing this for 15 years. I have never recommended a Medicare partner until now. Why Chapter? Because they are the real deal. The Trump administration just sued a whole bunch of Medicare advisory companies for misleading seniors. Chapter was not one of them. Why? Because Chapter is the opposite. They want to help you understand your Medicare options so that you can make an informed decision and then get the best out of your Medicare benefits. So, there is a link in the description to this video. Fill out the form and they'll reach out to you. If you're currently on Medicare, you could be on a better plan. A lot of seniors don't know that, but 90% of seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan. Why? Because there's 24,000 Medicare plans out there. Chapter has access to all 24,000 plans. They know what is in your local area that is available to you. And they are the only Medicare advisory company with all access to all 24,000 plans. Only Medicare advisory company. So they know what is available to you. And when you call them, they will show you all the options, what doctors are in the network, what hospitals, what prescription drugs are covered, and what the copays are, and how that compares to traditional Medicare. These guys want to be in your corner as your advocate. They don't pay their Medicare agents to push specific plans. They are there to be in your corner. And they can save you $1,100 a year. The service is free to you. Tons of 5-star reviews online you can read for yourself. They also have a A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So call Chapter on the number you see, 539-205-2147. Tell them Benefits Insider sent you. And here's the thing. I have not sent anybody to Chapter that has come back with a bad experience. We've gotten tons of people coming back and commenting on our posts of how much refreshing it has been to deal with Chapter and how helpful they've been. So you will not regret it. Give them a call today. And that is all I have for you. So if you like what you heard today, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back live tomorrow. See you there.